Another lazy Sunday.
Brother
What's up,
Thor.
everybody? Another lazy Sunday. Rabbit's Den in the house. What's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us. Let's see here.
Oh,
What's that? Hmm. Raven's Eye. Thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it.
Brother Raven.
Tonight's guest is I am not a committee. He's going to be joining us here in a few minutes. And damn, I just knocked over some shit. What the hell? That was weird. Yo, yo, yo.
Brother Green.
Yo, good evening, fellas.
What's up?
What it do, pimpin'?
Um, Yo, no. So what's been going on, fellas? How's your day been going? What's your Sunday like? So everybody been doing? Samurai
Uh,
Chris, what's up?
Ravens, rabbits. Hello, hello.
Chris.
It's been a pretty chill Sunday. It's kind of been lazy. Went out, ran some errands, did some shooting. Been a
Right.
good day.
Oh yeah, same here, man. It's been kind of low key. Saw Alien Romulus last night. Amazing, amazing film. So
I've
good.
heard nothing but good things.
It's badass, man. I mean, there's some people that like uncomfortable with the ending, but honestly, the ending was unnerving, and I think it was supposed to be that way. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, if you go back to the OG Aliens that came out, you go back to that one back when it first came out, the Chest Buster. It had people leaving the theater. Like
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
messed
that
up.
was
So,
hardcore back in the day.
yeah, so the fact that this ending is kind of off putting, I think that's a good thing. I think that's what makes it
Mhm.
because there's some imagery in there without spoiling anything that it's like get that shit off the screen, dude. It wasn't comfortable, but in a good way. That was the whole point. And what up, Raven? He says sounds like an ancient zoo up in this chat, like the samurais, rabbits, ravens. And I think
Oh
Raven,
my.
he could attest to that. He saw the movie and he really enjoyed it too. He says every past alien movie was represented. What up, Blitz was represented throughout the movie. Yeah, I agree. Like without giving you spoilers, like I mean, it was solid. It was a good film. It was a really good film. Like so far, the shit that Disney's been releasing this year, whether it's Deadpool, Wolverine, or Alien Romulus, has been top tier. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10, 15 out of 10. It's been good shit. So I'm keep it coming, man. I can't wait for Beetlejuice. That's
Oh,
gonna be
Beetlejuice is gonna be great.
There's a bunch of good movies coming, man. Good shit.
Mhm.
Coming, man. Good shit. Can't get upset about that shit, man. But yeah, tonight we got a I am not a committee, which I love that name by the way. Princess Leia. She's like, get off my ass. I'm not a committee. Even though Han Solo wanted her to be, but yeah, man, this we about to bring him in and see how his son is going.
Hell yeah, bring him in, bring him in.
Raven says, "Whoa, don't curse that shit." What am I cursing exactly? Like Disney's killing me, man. They're killing the game.
Oh, I think he means like don't jinx it.
Oh yeah, they're killing the game, man. I think they're killing the game. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yo, yo.
Hey, hey.
I'm in the house, man. What's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us on this Sunday, lazy Sunday. We appreciate you spending your time with us, man. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. What we like to do is we like to get a little info on our guests, just kind of get a little bit of background on what brought you into toy collecting, what brought you into toy photography. How'd you get mixed up in this fun ass community? Like, how did you get? Did you like? Are you that big of a Star Wars fan that you got your handle from Star Wars?
Yeah, for sure. I would say, yeah, start from the beginning. Pretty much Star Wars has been the majority of what I've always collected when I was a kid. A big Lego guy, and by kid, I mean anywhere from memory to 20. So Lego, Ninja Turtles, things like that. But then I kind of fell out of it for a while.
Okay.
Probably college time, and then just kind of life happens, and
Yep.
you rediscover you, and you try to figure out who you are, and all that shit. So eventually, though, I don't know. I had a friend who gave me a Star Wars Black Series Ray from Rise of Skywalker
Okay.
for my birthday, and I was just like, "Oh, this is cool." Very thoughtful gift, and I truthfully threw it in a dresser drawer, and there it sat for probably a good 2 years.
Okay.
Same friend sent me IG-11 for my birthday. I was like, "All right, nice." About that time, Mandalorian had come out, so
Mhm.
I was watching that, and I was getting geeked back into Star Wars again. And I'm like, "Shit, why did I stop having a passion for this show?" Like I mean, ultimately, Lego got me into Star Wars because
Oh.
I um, Harley's Lego Legends and more on Instagram. You guys might know him. But we had the old Lego catalog back in the early '90s.
Uh-huh.
Getting the Lego catalog. And that was a joyful day. We got really excited, and we saw this Star Wars Lego in there, and we were like, what is this? We had no idea. So we got geeked about that, and then my parents, turns out they're big Star Wars fans, and they're like, well, let us show you. And so that's where it kind of all started. I mean, before I ever even saw Phantom Menace, he and I had probably watched every one of the OT 100 times. So it was a repeat thing. But anyway, fast forward to IG-11 birthday. Then I'm like, okay, Mandalorian's pretty cool. At the time, I was living in Wilmington, North Carolina. There was a
Oh shit! I'm
yeah.
in Charlotte.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Charlotte is cool town. Wilmington was a fun place. I lived there
Mhm.
2 years.
Mhm.
But there's a little comic shop, Memory Lane Comics, in Wilmington, North Carolina. Great place.
Mhm.
They had some Black Series, so I picked up the Red Box Mando, and that
Okay.
was my first Black Series purchase. And as you can see here,
Yes.
it expanded.
Yes.
So yeah, I have probably, I would say, most everyone, but there's definitely I slowed down on like the newer ones. I don't always
Okay.
get those right away because I know
Mhm.
they're going to be around. But if there's
Yes.
something old I spot, um, so I love to collect things in the wild, if you will. I like to find it at a store, whether it's GameStop or Walmart or some,
Mhm.
little antique mall that happens to have something they don't know what it is, and they're selling it for way less than it should be sold,
Right.
or way more in some cases too. But shit like that is fun for me. So I do. I mean, I do some pre-ordering and things like that, but um, majority of my collecting I try to do in person. So
Mhm.
that's part of the fun of it for me. I was taking pictures for fun, just for shits and giggles. I was kind of going through a period of my life. I quit drinking, and I was like, I had a lot of time on my hands, so
Yeah.
I just found myself taking pictures of these toys. And my wife was like, "You should start an Instagram page," and I was like, "No, I despise Instagram."
Right.
I was like, "You've seen how I've had an Instagram for however long I did, and I had like 4 posts on there."
Right.
And she was like, it just could be fun. I might meet some people." I was like, "Yeah." So I threw a couple pictures up there, and I love going back to my early posts and looking at them and just being like, wow, how far I've come. And
Yes.
it's hilarious. Um, and the true part of it is I have met a ton of people. It's a great community for the
Yes.
most part when it comes
Yes.
to supporting each other's work. I think we
Mhm.
all do that for each other exceptionally well. And there's a lot of different hobbies that I feel maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I just feel a little extra sense of home in that community. So it's really nice. I mean, people will have their opinions. I think,
Right.
with I think Thor, we saw that with Acolyte in one of the groups we were in where
Right.
I had to slow down. I was like, pump the brakes, buddy. You're going to start a fight because I couldn't tell you a bad thing, in my opinion. I'm not trying to say there wasn't nothing wrong with that show, if
Me
that's what
either.
you feel. But for me, I loved it and I have no complaints. So I had to just be like, all right, hold on. Let people have their opinions.
I mean, it's Star Wars, man, and you are obviously a real true lover of Star Wars, and you take it in all its forms, and it is. I mean, it's just content. You're thriving in getting the content of something you enjoy.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, you put some Star Wars in front of me, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I'm not ever gonna say any of them are perfect, but my form of enjoyment, I do know I have found must be very different from a lot of people because I'm like, yeah, Rise of Skywalker, that's a great movie. I love it. And come to find out, that is not spoiler. It's not the popular opinion. So if I lose followers over that one, so be it. But yeah, no, I think it's all like the important thing is to allow people to have an opinion, but as long as you're kind about it, and that's how I feel. So
that's right.
But yeah, no, that's how I got the Instagram, was all thanks to my lovely wife Elizabeth.
Awesome.
So I got into that and just kind of met a few different people. One of my best, probably my best friend, Matt, is Black Series Daily Desk. He's on Instagram, does toy photography, and met him through there. All you guys that I know, some of you I don't yet, but I'm sure I will after this. So yeah, it's just, I find joy in it. Most of my pictures, I live up in Michigan, and most of my pictures that I do are outdoors when I can. So I do a lot of outdoor photography. Just kind of, I see something, and a lot of times something will click, like, hey, that could be cool. My brother and a lot of people really plan things out with their shots, which is, that's awesome if that's how you do your photography. I don't really. I just grab some figures and just go take a walk in the woods and see what speaks to me. Sometimes it's a little creek, sometimes it's a freaking stick. I don't know. I'm like, you know what? That's perfect. Here we go. Sometimes I'll go in with like some sort of idea. But I love doing the nature stuff. I also do, some dios and just then some, just using the apps to generate backgrounds and things like that. But 9 months out of the year, you'll find most of my pictures tend to be outdoors.
No, and you couldn't have picked a better toy line, or a better, like, Star Wars is like, if you can shoot anything Star Wars outside. Like it just, like, you're probably cheating yourself sometimes if you don't shoot outside stuff.
Yeah, no, that's what I found, especially this year. I got into it. I mean, if you go back, I tried to, I think, kind of keep it pretty even keel. Like if I did an outdoor one, I would do a dio or a generated one, or something like that. But now, for the most part, I think it's just, I'm like, why would I not take advantage of this? And then, even winters here nowadays are not even, it snows like 3 times a year. We get a couple inches, but so it's like, it's cold, but I can still find something.
You still get out there. That's right. That's right. That's awesome. So how did you come up with the handle? Like, I mean,
so yeah, when I started Instagram, I didn't know jack shit about it. So I had like a lot of ideas of what I would call my name, and I'm like, well, that's taken. Oh, that's taken. Okay, that one's taken. And I'm like, yeah, I got one. This one, okay, that's taken too. So I just had to come up with something. Honestly, there's not a not a huge story to it. I was just like, what's something that no one would have thought of? And I went with that. And I mean, it's Leia. She's a badass,
Yes.
and that scene in general was her badassery all over it. So
Yep.
I'm like, hey, that's what I'm going with.
Nice. I love it.
Question:
Oh yeah.
Have you ever thought after you set up the account and you started taking photos and you have your IG handle, has it ever like come across your mind to be like, you know what, maybe I want to switch it or maybe alter it or anything like that? Has it ever like happened?
No.
That's good.
Nice.
That's great.
Some of us do. Some of us.
It's a trick question. It sounds like, or you thought it. What do you guys have had that thought? I'm guessing.
Sometimes I've had it, like
Mhm.
occasionally, like not a lot, but I think it's like I'm so far in now as Thor, like that'd be silly to like. Why would
Yeah.
I?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what I started with. That's what it's gonna end with.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
That's
If it
what's
ever
up.
There can only be one.
Right. There can only- no, that's a good. I think your story it mirrors a lot of ours. Like we were just kind of collecting or really admiring that particular franchise of whatever. And once we kind of got nudged towards Instagram, we got in there and said, "Oh, I guess we could use that as a platform for this toy photography stuff and have fun with it." So I think that's what most of us. It's like it's one of those things. And then I think that the community is what kind of supercharged us all to like kind of really embrace it and have fun with it. Because when I first started, I mean, I didn't know anybody. It was just kind of out
Right.
there, just like putting up one or two shots, and it's like, what the hell is this? And upon meeting people, it's like, oh, okay, we can actually kind of come together and really approach this, and that's kind of what helped build it, and that's what got us here to this show. So,
Well, and
That's
I remember Thor. One of the things that you used to say about our Instagram handles was like, because like even in our group, even in our small group, like we rarely call each other by our actual names. It's always "Hey Blitz" or "Hey Thor."
right.
And I remember Thor saying one day, he's like, "Yeah, I like to call everybody by their Instagram handle because it's like their superhero name.
Yep.
It's like we're in the Avengers, and that's their code name."
Oh, hell yeah.
Even like when we text each other, like not in like DM, we just texting. It's still our
Yeah,
fucking
we
Right?
still
handles.
Yeah.
It's like it. But it's
And
awesome.
these
I love that though.
and these are guys now that like I've known for like almost 5 years.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. But that's that's the joy about it. Like and you said that. You said it. I am not committing. I'll just call you Ant Short. Because you put it short as Ant. That's the thing that you said earlier is that the community it's really kind of brought out the like funness of like you're a kid again and you just
Yeah,
like
exactly. I was
talking
just
about
gonna
this
say,
activity, this toy or this sports team or this whatever. It brings all that stuff out of us, and that's what makes it kind of fun that we're having so much fun with it.
yeah, no, and that's why I was just kind of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to a lot of people who kind of shared that part of the story. It's like where you were really into something for a long time and you kind of fall out of it and then eventually get back into it.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
kind of what you just said, it's like you feel like you're a kid again a little bit, but I don't think that myself, maybe it's true for others, but I don't think that I necessarily really ever fell out of it. I think that, society kind of says certain things are,
Mhm.
something that you just don't do,
Yep.
or you, for whatever reason, feel like if my other friends knew about, my love for Star Wars, they might think I'm like some sort of, nerd or whatever, whatever it was,
Right.
Mhm.
especially 10 years ago. Be honest, I don't know
Okay.
how old you guys
Yeah.
are, but in the early
Pretty old.
2000s and even into like
Yep.
2015, like people were pretty fucking judgmental.
Exactly.
And
You're right. You're so
like I
right.
dropped Star Wars in high school purely to not be, made fun of.
No, you're absolutely right. It's
Same.
one of those things where, you know, and it's funny because I know that I remember back in high school, like it was at the high school, like the clique that I ran with, we didn't really bring up our stuff. It was
Right.
only when we were out skateboarding and riding our bikes and doing stuff like where we talked about the comic books, the movies, stuff like it was that group when we did that. But as soon as we get to the school, we weren't talking about that stuff like with our peers in classes. It was always when we get back home doing our own stuff that we would get back into our like nerdiness or whatever.
I was a jock in high school. I played sports.
You're like, I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, I played sports all 4 years of high school, and then after high school, and yeah.
And he's right about that because I wasn't like I wouldn't consider him as a wrestler. I wasn't. I don't know if that's considered a job, but
Yes,
you're
it is.
right. None
Yes,
of the
it is.
wrestlers we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about that shit. In fact, you would think wrestling having close association to some martial arts. We didn't even talk about kung fu films and stuff. It was very straightforward. But then
Yeah.
when you got home and you're riding the bikes and stuff, everybody's like, shit, we even had code names like we were superheroes when we would ride our bikes and skateboards and shit. So, you know, it was kind of one of those things. But you're right. You fell out of it.
Yeah, so
got back
I don't
into
know.
the
Like
series.
for me, I think maybe it was just that kind of life changing moment where I've been doing something so long and I stopped doing that I was just kind of like, hey, maybe I'll toy with this again.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into the hobby it is. So, but anyways, just a thought I had.
No, it's a good thought. So we have a flank steak, which is an interesting name. I think this is directed at all of us. Name your respective states of residence, please.
Well, I already did.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not joking.
I live in New York.
Yeah,
I'm in North Carolina.
I'm in Cali.
Cali too.
Yeah, me and AB.
Michigan again, if you missed it.
Yeah. But that just goes to show that even across all these different, like clear across the country from each other, respectively, this hobby, this like, has brought us all together, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
We know people like. I know Ant and I. There's one collab group where like there's people from overseas and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
"What time are we posted? That's a different time for me. I'm clear across the world."
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people in that group are actually from the UK.
Yes,
at least two or three.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
It is awesome, man. Where else do you get that where people can come together and really fellowship like that and kind of like geek out over their love of stuff?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say it exclusively doesn't happen, but for the most part, you don't get people bringing in, their personal shit or politics or that stuff. Like they just stick with what they're there for, and that's taking pictures of toys, as it were.
Well, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's actually an awesome feeling, man, because it makes you. It kind of. I think Blitz has always said this. It gives you a breather from the real world. It really does. You get to kind of
look. A great example. So the fellas know like what I do for a living. Yesterday I worked 14 and a half hours.
Yeah.
I got home at 11 something in the nighttime. I went to sleep at midnight and I was up at 5 a.m. and I got to do another double tomorrow because I'm covering two people's positions at work. And it's like the last thing I want to see like or hear is when we're in a collab group and people want to either argue with each other or it's fine to debate. Everything is up for debate, which is great. Like to argue with each other or like to bring something, unless it's something that we can help somebody with. Like if somebody's going through something personal,
right,
I'll be one of the first ones to try to DM them on the side and give them advice. That's my job. I work HR. Like that's my job. I give advice. I try to help everybody. So it's like I don't mind that. But if you're gonna come in the collab and start arguing with people or just bring something that's gonna bring down the morale of people that just want to have fun and
Yeah.
shoot toys, talk toys, or maybe a show that they're inspired and hoping toys come out for. Like
Right. Yeah. No.
that's why we do this for fun.
And I will say, just from ones that I've been in with you, when you bring that up to people, you're always so kind about it too, though,
Yes.
like to
Yeah.
the point, but like respectful. And it's like
Yeah.
these people are being a dick, and you're like respectfully.
Oh, but not like
So I
the
applaud you for that. Sometimes I do this. Like I'm like, I gotta stop. I just gotta walk away
the
from this one.
the fellas know. Like I try to be as understanding as I can, but at the same time, like if it gets to a point where it's gonna collab, like for example, something that happened not too long ago in the collab, I DM'd the person on the side and I'm like, look, I'm 37. I don't know how the hell older are you, but like this is for fun, man. Like
Yeah.
if you're taking this to the next level for whatever it is, I'm like, just leave the group. Oh, and then and like then they want to argue with you, and I'm like, I'm not about that, bro. Like I want to have fun, and that's it. And then when you start calling me out, I'm like, bro, I live in New York. I'm not about none of that. Like if you fucking come up to me and have a problem, that's why the fellas know there's like certain individuals that I do see all the time, and if I have the opportunity, I will beat their ass. But I try to be as respectful as possible
Yeah.
because you never know what the person's mentality or really going through.
That's right.
A lot of
Yeah.
people do
Yeah.
toy photography, and I hate to say it like this, and I don't mean it in any type of negative way because of depression.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I've met because of depression
Absolutely.
that they do this.
Absolutely.
And I actually talk to a lot of people on the side who suffer from depression, and I try to help them in any type of way I can motivationally. Like I just helped somebody who was doing this for depression and they were struggling with lighting and they wanted to quit. And I DM'd him and I said, bro, I will send you videos on how I do lighting.
Yeah.
I'm not a perfectionist. I am not a professional, but I can help you as much as I can. Maybe some of the tips that I help you with can help you keep being motivated to do this hobby. Don't give up. Don't let
That's
depression.
awesome. That's awesome.
There you
And
go.
he does. I mean, this was like 2 days ago, and he's been changing his photos, and he
That's
keeps
awesome.
thanking me. And I'm like, I don't need the thanks. Just don't give up.
Yeah, just do it, man. Just have
Yeah.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Go have fun.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's and that and it but that is what's the beautiful therapy of this. If you let it be, it can
Yeah.
really carry you through some things and be that kind of that fallback for when you're going through whatever. This hobby can be something that's both beneficial when you're excited about everything, when you're down about everything, whatever, however you choose to your mood is, you can always fall back to this and go, oh man, I can take a break away from stuff. I don't have to. It's not as bad as it really could be. Like this, and this shows me by just looking at this cool figure. This shows me that it's not as bad as it could be. So
Like
let me fall into it.
with me, like I used to struggle with taking a step back and seeing the bigger picture. Like I'm a father of four. I have 4 kids. I'm married. I have a crazy job, and like I struggled for a long time with taking a step back and appreciating things and being able to see a bigger picture.
Yes.
When I grab a figure, I could take like 45 shots a day. I don't need to have an idea of a shot, or I don't need to think of it. Like you said, you go to the park or the woods, you take figures and it just comes to you.
Yep.
And I'm able to hold the figure and literally I'm able to sit back, see the bigger picture, relax, take that deep breath that we struggle so hard sometimes in our real life to do. Like people are always yelling or talking, or shit is always going on. There's always a bill, or there's always a topic, and it's like you can't juggle everything. But when you're behind the camera or behind the phone and you see the vision of what you thought you were gonna take come to life, is like when you can take that moment and be like,
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
live for that. That's like the best thing, bro.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I think we're very fortunate in being able to find some sense of peace and through like these whatever you want to call them characters or whatever they, however you want to label them. It's an amazing thing, and I think that was the intent of the creators. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that was their intent. Is like, hopefully, you get some joy out of this somehow.
Yeah.
I think that was their intent. I mean,
You know,
you don't make like Darth Vader to not make someone, find that appealing, find that a connection there. You don't make Spider-Man for someone not to find a connection there. You make it so that they can establish their own connection with that fantasy fictional character, and it's awesome, man. If you let it be, so that's and that leads me into something. So deep into Star Wars, who's your favorite? Do you have a couple? Is there some ties?
Oh dear. So I love being asked this question because I don't have a solid answer.
Okay.
And it's because I have a lot of favorites.
Okay. Awesome.
Now I do I guess I've co-hosted a podcast, Sith Happens, a Star Wars podcast. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
Yes, I have.
But they asked me that same question, and I told them Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did go with Obi-Wan because I do think it's hard to say Obi-Wan because a lot of people might take it as a cop-out answer. There's so many characters. Why Obi-Wan? And I'll give you the same answer. Probably a lot of people do. It's because he's a badass, and he's been in most all the films in some capacity or another. And I loved the show, and I love him as Ewan McGregor. I love him as Alec Guinness. Clone Wars. I don't know who does or Rebels. I don't know, but yeah, he's just a badass character who had a great, terrific, sad story that people don't always see when they think of Obi-Wan. I think generally speaking, the prequels will jump to mind, or the sequels. The prequels. I always mix those up. That's where most of us met and fell in love with Obi-Wan. But there's also a lot of books behind there too that I've read. And one of my favorite series, it's actually Star Wars in general is for children. I think I do firmly believe that. And that's why we love it so much, because that's what we're grasping for. That easier, simpler time. But it was a book for like teenage readers, I guess. It's called Jedi Apprentice, and there's probably like 15, 20 of these books, and they were Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon's Padawan and master relationship, and that was really cool. As in those years, especially just to have that, like they released. I'm sure there was a new one once every like year or so. It was a small book, but that was fun growing up having those. But yeah, so that's part of why there's a broader Obi-Wan that people don't typically know, but Obi-Wan is also someone that pretty much everyone will know. So but that being said, it does the broader part of the answer is it kind of changes with whatever's going on in the Star Wars universe. So the Acolyte was just out, and I could have been quoted on the podcast probably saying that it might be my favorite Star Wars show from Disney, and at the time I was just so geeked about it that that is how I felt. Today I still feel that way. I loved it. but in when Obi-Wan was out, or when Mandalorian was out, it was probably I might have said, hey, Mando's my favorite, or
got you. I love that.
whatever, just whatever I'm geeked about at that time. But I'm still riding pretty strong on Acolyte. I'm slowly collecting those figures. I only have 2, but I've got a shot I might submit for the Star Wars Saturday that is Acolyte heavy. I'm very excited about. Sometimes I take them and I get so excited and I don't want to give them away, and so I just sit on them.
I got lucky with those guys. I walked into Walmart, which
shut up.
Walmart it's a tough gamble, and they have a whole damn wave, and I was like, what the hell?
You bought all of them?
Yeah, I had to, man.
Oh my
I really enjoy that show. That show
One,
is
I know you
it's
did.
got layers.
Yeah,
got
it
layers,
does.
in my opinion. And Obi-Wan's a great choice because I feel like Obi-Wan, he's a balanced character.
He
Because
is. He is. He's
he's
not
had a
perfect.
nice, like, kind of Shakespearean, like, story arc, character arc. Like he's had both good things and bad things, and he's very pivotal. And I love how Obi-Wan matches his lightsaber form, which is balance. It's like
Mm-hmm.
he's that's why he's so good at he's one of the most powerful Jedi, not because he's the best dueler, not because he's the most strongest with the Force. It's because he's got balance, man. He's a balanced character. I love that about him. You know, he's that's a good choice. Obi-Wan's dope. He's a dope character. But I also understand, like you said, that
Yeah.
in that season, it might be what's current. Like you might fall into liking what's current in that season, and that's a good thing too. That's the beautiful thing about it is Star Wars. It goes in these generational things, and
Mhm.
each person gets a chance to kind of tap into what's their favorite or what they like the most about it. The next generation might not get it, but then they go back and get it later. That's why, like by Star Wars, is as you get older, you find yourself revisiting stuff and going, "Oh, I got a different perspective on that than I did back then."
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So no, that's dope. That's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Heck yeah.
Darth Vader's always going to be my favorite because he scared the shit out of me as a little child.
Yeah.
So he's been my favorite because he was scary, and it was like
Did he
that.
scare the shit out of you again in 2015 when Rogue One came out?
Yeah, he's always scared.
He was actually scary in Rogue One though.
Yeah, he was.
He's like I have two my two favorite villains of all time is Vader and Doctor Doom because they're
Oh,
the
hell
man
yeah.
behind the mask, and they're the disfigured man behind the mask that are way more complex than what you think about. It's like they got some
Deep.
tragedy.
I like that.
I love that about this.
I like that.
You know, so, I never really asked the fellas who their favorite Star Wars character is.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
you
mine's the
want to
same
know?
as yours, Thor. Mine's Darth.
Darth
Nice.
Vader? Okay, cool.
I have always had a soft spot for Darth Maul.
Not you do like Darth Maul.
He's just a badass, and
He is.
and seeing him in like the Clone Wars and seeing his story fleshed out was just awesome. And I'll never forget you talking about Darth Vader scared the piss out of you. I was at Disney World in Florida for their very first Star Wars weekend. And I remember we were staying around for something. It was I was real young. I can't remember how old it was, but I just remember turning around and Darth Maul is walking around the corner, and dude's in character, so he like dead ass like locks eyes with me as he's walking, doesn't break stare, like just dead face, just keeps on walking. And me as a young kid scared the mess out of me because I'm like,
He's
this
like,
dude with
oh, you
spiked horns.
can
Like, so yeah,
Kenobi.
Darth Maul. Gotta go with Darth Maul.
That's
cool.
dope. I love that. That's a dope kid. He's an amazing character.
He is. Yes.
Mine. I can feel his anger. Sidious.
Nice. That's
The
dope.
ultimate
Only
puppet master.
because Sith were feared by many because of how, I would say brutal would be an okay word for it. How
Yeah.
brutal they were.
Mhm.
Yes.
And Jedi were praised for how upright and outstanding they were.
Mm-hmm.
Sidious caused fear with his words,
Yeah.
with how he was able to manipulate everything he did.
That shit was awesome.
Strike me down.
Right.
Like, things
No.
like that. Like
I remember legit feeling not like jump out of my seat or anything, but like more like you're in bed afterwards and you're like, fuck, this dude's creepy. Like when I was um however old, like probably I guess 8 years old when we first started watching the OT. So I was probably around 8 or so watching Return of the Jedi, and he looks creepy as shit. He does, and it's a
Yes.
combination of that old makeup. They didn't have the ability to do what they have now, and
Right.
when that movie was made. So that in itself is a little creepy. Kind of like when you're watching like like an old school Halloween movie, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, part of why this is so scary is because how shitty the makeup is.
Right. That's right. No, you're right about that. Like, no, that's Insidious.
But
You're right,
Sidious is
man.
badass.
He is, man. He was and when you think about it, no other Sith did something that I mean he basically took over the galaxy without lifting a finger.
yeah,
That's
He
crazy.
playing games.
Yeah. Like
he just knew like how his words would affect people.
right.
It's like imagine him going to Target and seeing somebody who's looking at a figure and his wife is telling him no. He's like, you want that figure.
Mhm.
I can
You're
feel it in your heart.
pointing.
Like it's like shit. I gotta buy the figure now because it's like he's just so powerful with his words.
That's awesome.
More often than not, with if my wife is with me, it's the other way around. Like I talk myself out. I'm Dutch. I'm pretty stingy, so I'm like, that figure will be there next time. I can wait, and she'll be like, you should get it.
She's Insidious.
I'm like,
My wife
really?
is borderline. My wife is borderline. My wife will be like, no, you don't need it. And then she'll be like, I ordered you a figure.
Yep.
Hit you with the old surprise fig.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
So I love how you said you like to actually be in the hunt. You like to actually go to the physical places, check out what you can find. And I like how you said I like going to like an antique shop or a little whatever place and finding something randomly
thrift
that
store.
they like. You do find like gems that way.
Oh, yeah.
If you're able to do that type of hunting, you do find gems. It's kind of fun. That it's and I would say that there's
Give me a second, fellas. My phone is
oh
ringing.
no worries.
you're good.
Nothing beats that kind of in hand like magic of
Yes,
finding
like
something.
you're leaving, on Amazon. Yeah, I know I can have it tomorrow, but
Right.
I can give you my money today and have it today if
Exactly.
it's in a store.
No, it's nothing beats it. I think like it all comes down to like if you're fortunate enough to have those types of areas.
Yeah,
I know
no,
there's
for
lots of
sure.
people like I know for example Raven's Eye, he unfortunately he has to get to predominantly all his stuff online because he just doesn't have the accessibility to get stuff like that. With the exception, I think he has Ollie's, but that's all getting stuff like way down the line. But
Yeah,
it can be tough depending on your area if you have the ability to just go out and find stuff. I know it can be hard in some places, but it is still
no,
it's
I
still
am
is the fun
fortunate in
part.
that sense. I have you know, Walmart, Target, GameStop, Meijer.
See, that's good. You can't beat that. And
And they all just tend to have them. So
oh,
I
see,
mean,
man, what the hell?
once you get this many though, it's like you more often than not you find that you have something, but I already have that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Well,
That's very true.
but
Because I know
here in
Blitz is the opposite. He doesn't really have. I think he says his closest Ross, for example, is like hours away. His target, he doesn't really. So he, it's about if it's in your area or not.
Mhm.
Now let me ask you this: do you like what's your thoughts on like other lines and stuff like that? Like if you're out and you see a figure that looks neat, and it's something you don't generally collect, what do you do with that? Do you go,
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I do that, but I do not buy it. I
but you
don't
do
do
not
it.
buy
No, no.
it?
I got room for 2 more shelves on top of the ones I already have,
Nice. That's
and
cool.
Star Wars isn't going anywhere. So,
There you go.
my wife is awesome at this point in time, so we're gonna keep just the one line,
Yes.
and
Don't
I
push
just
it. Don't push
admire your guys' awesome work with the other ones.
different things. Yeah. Now, do you have you thought about dipping into like Star Wars from other men like SH figure arts, things like that? What
Ooh, I do have a few. Actually, is that what this one is?
who's this? Who do you got? Let's see. Is that a
No,
SH Mando
maybe.
or figure? Oh no, that's that a Hot Toys?
No,
No,
that
it's
looks
not Hot
big.
Toys.
What is
It's
that?
I forget what you first said. Sounded kind of like I hear. There's this one too. If it rings a bell.
Oh, you got the statues. Nice.
They're not
Cool.
like
Oh, sick.
they're like not Hot Toys quality, but they're decent enough that I think they retail at like 80, $90.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
those are cool. Oh, oh
So
man.
yeah, so those were gifts. I did not personally buy them, but I do
Okay.
have them on display.
Wow.
Most everything is Black Series or
Your
a
main baby
product
brother.
of
Yeah.
Black Series. Um, so like Black Series has a line called the Titanium line, which is
Yes. Yes.
little
Oh
ships.
yeah.
Let's see that. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh yes.
Sick.
So this
What's
one
up?
just so happens to still be contained in the box. It will be freed.
Yeah.
But no, they have a lot of different little ships that
Yes.
they
That's
have. So
awesome.
lately, I've been doing kind of. I think you threw one in my little intro video, the one with Thrawn.
Yep.
I'm like, so I got these little ships. Someone on market on Facebook was selling them in some group, and she was like, "Yeah, I've got like 20 of them. I'm selling them
Nice.
for $30." I was like, "Are you sure about that?" Um, but no, I I bought them and I love. I had
Nice.
like 4 of them before. They're actually kind of hard to find, and when I make that joke, it's because like they actually aren't cheap. Like they usually go for at least what their retail was, or I mean, they don't make them anymore. So like
Right.
certain ones, like the Ghost, I think was like 30, $40
Oh
for
wow.
just the one
Oh shit.
ship.
Wow.
And so
Okay.
when she said she had that many, I was like, do I say something? I didn't. So yeah, I've been trying to incorporate those into my Black Series
That's awesome.
um, pictures that I do, which is fun because it's a challenge. I like to do
Yes.
things that challenge me, and not only the way I am, my as a human, like I like to compartmentalize things to be the
Right.
same. So like for me, inside of my head, if I take a picture with a Black Series, that's what has to be in that picture. Like
I got you.
it has to be Black Series, or I will just. It doesn't work for me.
Right.
It's
No, I
just something
totally.
about how my brain works. So
Mhm.
I can justify it with the titanium ships.
Yes, you could.
So it
You
doesn't
absolutely
bother me
could.
because
No,
I still see
that's
Black Series on their box. But that's been fun because the ships, it's like you can do like kind of a forced perspective thing,
yep.
which is not always easy. You can do
No.
editing in using software, which I do sometimes as well. I'll just take a picture of the ship and then
Very
put it
sorry for
put it
that.
right into that shot,
There you go.
or just make it funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Or make it exactly. That's always the fun experiment is making. I love when
I
people can
do.
capture humor and stuff.
I forget. I do have a couple of these bad boys.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
these
sick.
are from Galaxy's Edge. This one
Okay.
is like the build your own.
Yep.
But I also have actually. I can bust it out because it's right here. I was rearranging some stuff.
Uh oh.
Show Blitz here. He might like it. If I can open it. So at Galaxy's Edge, they have these like cool boxes for him.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh,
Oh shit.
so use his
Damn.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
I can feel
Yeah,
it.
and the cool thing about these, they're kind of like the Black Series sabers, but they're really heavy. Like they're almost like a.
Wow. That is
That
nice.
looks very, very nice.
Yeah.
That is
I'm really
badass.
struggling with this camera. That's fine.
It's treason then.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that was a good one.
That's dope, dude.
And I also have
Wow.
Dooku's, but that one's
Wow.
tucked away somewhere. So
Man.
yeah, those items, and then let me see if I can see that little Black Series or that little droid in the background.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
actually one of the build your own droids from Galaxy's
Oh,
Edge.
oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
So I did
That's
that.
what's up.
Um, So yeah, those couple items though are pretty much the only things that I have in the collection that are not Black Series.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Nice.
That's deep.
And of course, you'll
Yes, you gotta have
Yeah.
at least gotta have one Black Series.
or two.
Yeah, one or two. Right. I
Or
have
five,
the,
no judging.
There
I've
might
got the Acolyte one coming.
Dude, that one. Okay, so I originally also on Sith Happens, I had said that I was like, I think this. I didn't like it at first. I wasn't sure about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely think it has a Knights of Ren vibe to it. I think they will
Yes.
go some sort of direction with that because it does look a lot like Kylo's. But
Yeah.
I know this isn't a Star Wars podcast, so I'll stop. But that helmet is badass.
Yes.
That helmet is
Yeah.
badass. I've changed my mind completely now that I've
Yeah.
gotten to know that character a little bit more. And I will say though, he is one of the most badass villains that I think we've ever seen on the screen.
Oh, I love him. He's
Oh.
dope. He's really like. And again, it's when you're gonna make a villainous character, you got like it goes back to Maul, it goes to Darth Vader, it goes to Pop. Like you have to keep that stream up, and that's exactly what I loved about the Acolyte is keeping that going, keeping that. Very,
Yes.
and so when I saw the helmet was yourself, I gotta get that fucking.
Yeah, no, it's sick. And I love how they did it, like how they lead you into the character, like not revealing, by the episode 4, I think it was, we were kind of like, or maybe 3, we were just like, there's something up with this guy.
Yeah.
Something like he knows too much. Like I thought he was maybe another apprentice, like
yeah, same here.
Like on the same level as May was.
Yep.
And that he was going to maybe pit them against each. I don't know, but no, it the way they did it was like I love when they do like a classic mess around in a show or movie, whatever it might be. Like in what was it? Not Harry Potter, but the one they did after Harry Potter.
Oh, the Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts, yes. When they had the old Johnny Depp moment there.
Yep.
I'm like, classic mess around. This was great.
I love it. That's when you're working with fire, man. That's like, nah, man, that's cool. Well, I would say that predominantly my Star Wars collection is Black Series also. I'm like my favorite characters though. I dip into essays just because.
Same.
I'm like, I would say Darth Vader is my favorite. Ahsoka's my second. So I've got Darth Vader's and Ahsoka's across many lines, whether it's Hot Toys, Funko Pops, fucking dolls. It's like those two characters. I just buy their material, like for whatever reason. Kind of obsessed, but it is what it is.
No, that's totally cool, and it's something that like if I allowed myself to start going into that, freedom of doing that, then there would be I would just it wouldn't be good for my wallet.
As Uncle Owen says, it'd be hell to pay.
It would be. Oh man, that's hilarious. Uncle Owen is such a fun Star Wars character to quote.
Oh yeah,
he's hilarious. But Toy Addict, he joined in this Dead Man One. Joins.
What up, everybody?
Vico says my after school peers were 30-year-olds with real life problems and debt and full of sadness and shit. No one talked about toys at all. No, I mean you're right. Like that, it wasn't until I found everybody in this community that I was able to get back into that. To because it's missing for years. I don't, who do you talk to about that type of stuff? Because a lot of my like friends that I've known for years, they're not into this stuff like this. My
Yeah,
commonality with them is other stuff. It's not.
but
This.
here's something cool. I mean, and it's again, you're bound to have a different scenario happen potentially, but what I did, I was very nervous for some reason, but I
Mhm.
told like some of my friends,
Okay.
old friends that were like, more college friends, but I'm still friends with them, but more like
Yeah.
hang out once or twice a year friends type friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you want to see this? This is what I do for fun. And they're like, dude, this is really cool. And like they're like, you took this? Like this looks like it was from a movie. And I'm like, no, not mine. Like, we're always our I don't know if you guys have that your own worst critic and where like
Well,
I second guess everything. I'm like, are you gonna be able to tell that that tree was photoshopped in there? Does it look like it's real? Is it, whatever? And then
yeah.
again, overwhelming positivity from this awesome community. So I think that's honestly the biggest reason that I love, like, it's not about the likes, it's just about the kindness that people like, just a
The
simple like
interactions, the
this shot's
interactions.
fire, or you know love this scene, whatever it is, and it's just like a little spark of little endorphin going on there. You're just like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
I when I used to take a lot of outdoor shots, but
Mhm.
I stopped not because of anybody. I really don't give a shit about anybody's opinion. I used to tell people that see me taking shots and they stop to look. I used to be like, "Come join me. I'll show you what I'm doing." But I like setting up my own outdoor style shots in the house or whatever. But I all my coworkers. So I'm an HR manager for Amazon.
Mhm.
Okay.
All of the management team knows I do toy photography. And it's fucking hilarious because I talk about it like it's a regular thing. And a lot of them, when they first heard it, they were just like, toy photography is a thing. And now, two of them actually collect Gundam now. Another one is
Nice.
thinking of
That's
Oh
doing
yeah.
toy photography. And they all, whenever they go to Targets or Walmarts, they'll hit me up now and be like, "Hey, you're looking for anything? I could
that's
grab
so
it for
cool.
you."
Nice.
That's hilarious. No, I think that I had a similar situation at work. I was out in the woods at this new park I hadn't been to, and I found a
Mhm.
stream, and I was taking a picture by it, and it's one of those riverbanks like where you have about a foot drop down to the water, and then the water is like 2 feet, but looks like it's 6 inches type thing.
Yeah.
And so I take my shot. Everything went great. I got the shot. Um, I haven't posted it yet, but it's coming. But as I'm packing up my guys, one of them fucking falls and starts tumbling down, and I'm like, no. And I
Oh.
jumped to like grab him, and I thought it was like 6 inches deep. So I'm like, well, whatever. And my hand just kept going down, and I'm like, shit.
Oh,
I'm like, I came out with like, and I manage an apartment community, so I wear like
Yes.
a dress shirt and a tie to work.
Yes.
That's what I'm out there taking these pictures in, and I've got my whole polo sleeve is just, and I look at my arm, it's bloody. And I like come back into the office, and my assistant manager was just like, what happened to you? And I was like, Christy, I fucking fell in a river. Like, what do you mean you fell in a river? And I was like, it's time we had a talk. I take pictures of toys, and I almost religiously do so on my lunch breaks. So today I went
Yes.
to a park. I was taking a picture of a toy. It fell into. And she's like, "Hold on, let me get this straight." And I'm like, "It's easier if I just show you." And I just like
Right.
pull out my account, and she's just like, so she made fun of me. Yep.
That's awesome.
For shits and giggles, but no, she thought it was awesome, and
That is so cool.
Oh yeah.
but no, that scar only just healed.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think when people do see what we do, they are like, "Oh wow, that's fascinating." Like you think that their reactions like, "Okay, that's just a toy," but then when they see how we utilize them into artwork,
Mhm.
they actually are like, "Wow." I mean,
Look,
it's interesting. It's very
there's
interesting.
a kid in everybody. It doesn't matter who
Yeah.
you are. It just takes the right thing for that kid to come out. And
Mhm.
like I said, when everybody found out that I did that at my job, there was not one negative comment in it. And like I said, it motivated two of them to start collecting Gundams. So it was like it might have been a thought for them, but
Yes.
seeing that somebody actually does this like religiously as a
Yep.
real hobby every
Yep.
single day,
Yep.
it was like shit, you know what? I can do it too. Like it doesn't matter. And like
No.
they both collect Gundams heavy. Like one of them wants to do to the photography for it. The other one just is enjoying going broke every Friday buying Gundams. But it's like everybody has that kid in them. It just takes the right moment. My wife, when I first started doing the toy photography, I started collecting figures first because
Mhm.
I saw a toy account on IG, which was Sergeant Bananas, and he got
Yeah.
me into wanting to try toy photography. And this was right after my dad died.
Mhm.
My wife, it took for me to do stuff like this for my wife to start saying I love Legos. And my wife buys Lego sets and she builds them. My wife likes they're called lounge flies, the Disney lounge fly
Yep.
bags. She has a fucking like $7,000 worth of bags. Like, but it makes her feel good. Like
Yes.
it brought out the kid in her. Like so when she sees her like if she gets a Lego set and she you know my wife is sick, but my wife goes to work too. She still works sick. And if I can see her sitting down having a blast building a fucking Lego set, then like I did something right.
That's right.
Yep.
So for me to do the toy photography and it brought that out of her and it's helping her with other things that are going on, it's a great feeling.
No, that's awesome, man. It's like I said, you said it best. Well, it brings us back to a level of childhood innocence that's awesome, and you can't. I think that's the reason why we like all these. Like, I mean, Star Wars. You said it best too, and it's for children, but as adults, we still tap into that feeling we had as a child watching the stuff the first time or seeing it.
Yeah, because
And
I mean, it's ultimately there's no one who should be deciding what anybody likes. I don't know
there
what
you
you
go.
know. They say it's for kids, whatever. Who's a kid? Who's not? Like
There you go.
kid, teenager, adult. Just live your life. And
Yep.
now we're a little older. We gotta, you know, work to
Yeah,
support these things.
responsibility.
But hey, maybe if you're lucky, one day you can be someone who can bring that joy to somebody else, like Bud said. And for me, I have a son who's about to turn a year old next month,
Oh,
and
Nice.
Oh
I'm
wow!
pumped
Congrats.
to share
Congrats.
this. You know, hopefully, if it's something that he likes, he'll enjoy
yeah,
one day, and so that's exciting. And
that is.
um, yeah, so I think that ultimately is the beauty of it.
Yeah, it is, man. That totally is.
I wish my kids would like it. Like help like find something interesting in this. My kids are older,
Hmm.
but my oldest son, he likes what I do and he tells his friends all the time and his friends actually love my photos,
That's
That's
so cool,
which is crazy.
that's awesome.
dude. That's so
And,
cool.
and he's going to college now in November September. So he's like, Dad, I'm gonna tell everybody about your account. I'm like, go
Your
for it. I
account's
mean,
gonna just light up.
Exactly. That's
Right.
I just tell him, man, I hope it sparks something in people.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I don't care for likes. We've had this conversation multiple
Oh yeah.
times. Like,
Yeah. We always do.
everybody's like, oh, if you don't care about likes, why do you leave your like count on? And I say the same thing I always say. I leave my like count on because there's days I'll get 500, 600 likes on a photo,
Hmm.
and there's days where I barely break 100,
Yep.
but I still post. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter
Yep.
what I
that's
get.
cool. I like that.
It's the matter of I enjoy taking the photos, and
Yeah,
I enjoy posting the photos. I
and
want to
hopefully
share
someone
how
else
much fun.
enjoys.
Yeah, I want to share how much fun I had with a photo with people that actually genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah, and
And then
here's
this,
here's the other cool thing with that. Sorry to interrupt, but like
now
with
you got
your photos in particular, I get like when I see one of your name pop up, and I'm like, oh, what's he got today? And I never know what it's gonna be. Is it gonna be Star Wars? Is it gonna be something from a comic or wrestling or whatever? I don't know
Yeah,
what it's gonna be. And every time, and even if it's something that I'm not particularly interested in, when I like it, I do like it. It's not like
yes.
I'm just liking it. Part of it is to support you, yes, but like I look at that and I'm like, literally, especially the wrestling ones that you guys do. I'm like, how the intricacy of what it appears. I don't know if that's how it is, but of
Right.
those shots is incredible to me.
Yes, I
thank you,
agree.
thank you, thank
I
you.
agree.
Like wrestling, it just hits home. Um,
Hmm.
especially when I was growing up, it was a big part of coping with certain things that happened in my life. So being
Right.
able to watch wrestling was big for me. So when I do wrestling shots, I be with my middle son, and I be doing the poses like myself, so I can make sure that the pose of the figure is accurate to the pose it would be if a human is really doing it,
That's awesome.
like if a person
That's
is
so
really
fun.
doing it.
That's cool.
That is too cool. Oh
But I
man.
just love having fun and posting, man. And these
Mhm.
guys do the same thing. It's all about just enjoying
Yeah.
what you do and putting it out there. And I'd rather have 3 people that I know will genuinely comment on my photo and really appreciate it, and I can appreciate that.
For sure.
For me, I like my one of my driving motivations behind taking the shots is it's almost kind of like I'm so excited for the figure that it's like, hey man, look at this figure. It's cool. Like I really could just take a picture of it in the box, to be honest, half the time, because it's really that feeling that I'm tapping into. I think it's the people in the community that push me to attempt to be creative. It's like they make me go, oh, why aren't I doing this with this figure? Why aren't I doing
Hmm.
so? It's
Hmm.
like the community is what kind of drives me to just challenge myself constantly and
Yeah.
constantly and constantly.
and
Um,
and and you, with that said, like too, it's fun to look at people's work, even if you do different like genres.
mhm.
You kind of have like a vibe,
Yes.
um like for example, you and I, Thor, were in a collab recently that I don't know that you knew I was in it, but I thought the person who put it together, I thought it was, I didn't know that other people were in it. So
Me
anyway,
neither.
so we get to collage it. I was just like, wait, Thor's in it. You have like, well, his name's
Mhm.
not by it, but I know that's his picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, it's like I said, it's a blast, man, and it's just so much fun seeing all the it's like it's a fellowship and a bond to know that there's that many people out there that are buying a Chewbacca figure, buying a Spider-Man
Yeah.
figure, buying a it's awesome, man. Because it lets you know that there's like this huge love for like I don't it's weird in a way that you can't really describe it, but it really generally takes you back to like being on a playground or something. Like
Hmm.
it's like you're just having fun without the worry of other shit. Like if you let this be just to step away from all of the negativity, all of the judgment, all of the it can be super like I don't know. It could just be super.
You know,
It's shit.
you know what
So
toy photography reminds me of? It reminds me of waking up Saturday morning,
yes,
getting a bowl of cereal, sitting on my floor in front of my TV and watching Saturday morning
there
cartoons.
you
That
go.
Yep.
sense of
Yep. That's
that
perfect.
breath of fresh air, knowing that
Yeah.
you're gonna enjoy every show that comes on Fox
Right.
5 or whatever channel you was watching that had
Yeah.
cartoons.
And you're channeling that into what you're doing, I think.
That's right.
And that's it, like coming up with just these different ways to create what you experienced, I guess. Or in a lot of ways, it's like, I mean, you're an artist, you're an author, you're a lot of different things, you're creating
That's
a
right.
story.
That's
I
right.
mean, there's certain people out there, um who I follow who can do like stories that are like 9 days long, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I applaud you and I love them, but I don't have the patience for that. Like I set something up, I grab some figures off the shelf, and here we go.
Right.
But even in saying that, like I have actually have this little setup I
Let's
did
see. Hold on.
recently
Yeah.
that that's a cool perspective. Like I've got a bucket there.
Yes, that's cool.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Um, but like I had no idea what I was like. There was no plan for this.
Right. You just let your imagination run.
Like I said, I want. Actually, there was the plan was I wanted to use a diorama, and I
Okay.
hadn't used that one in a minute. So I'm like, let's do something here. So, and that's why this Mando doesn't
Okay.
have a stand because his stand is being used
For the other.
underneath.
They added in there. Right.
That's his stand. So
That's dope.
I do like to do that, and that doesn't bother me. Like that's okay for my brain's little weirdness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started with, and then the next thing I do a lot of times is look at my figures and be like, okay, who haven't not used in a long time?
Yes.
Who's just been chilling?
Yep.
And so that's where I started with this little guy.
Yeah.
It's been standing.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me.
Yeah, coming down, baby. So, and then it just kind of went from there. So, without even having an intention,
Right.
I created probably, at least 50 stories for 50 different people who look at that picture, and they they see what they see, and I love that too.
Nah, it's
That's dope.
I'm telling you, this is it's an excellent hobby. And where else do you get as an adult to get the feeling of like Christmas any day of the week? You literally
You
any
ain't
day of the
lying.
week. It's like it's Christmas morning, but I'm in Target.
Yep.
Yo, that's like earlier. No, not today. Yesterday, I ordered some school supplies for my kids on Amazon, right?
Mhm.
So I get down. Sorry, my cat is on her shit. So I threw in a figure in the order, and it's not the first time I've done it. I did it like 2 days ago too. I ordered other stuff that we needed from Amazon, and I threw in like 2 figures. And I get a text message when I place the order from my wife. She's like, "Stop fucking ordering shit."
You're going
I'm like, "Listen, I gotta feed the habit."
yes.
You do. I try to break it down. Like I try to give myself an allowance. Like
Yes.
I've got $50 a month to play with, or
No, you allow yourself to get the figure. There you go.
my wife's with me, and then she'll do that for me. But
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't need to get another one right now. He'll be
There you
there.
go.
He'll be there next time, and then I go and he's there, and then I go again, and he's gone. I'm like, shit. Rolled the dice one too many times. Here we come, Amazon. Here we come.
Oh man. Oh no, it's a like I said, man, it's wonderful. Like we got lucky, man. We really got lucky to fall into this community and have so many like bonds with just people who have this appeal to these types of I don't know activities, man. These are it's getting up, like you said, getting up, just grabbing your figures, putting them in a set. It's crazy imagination fun time, and you can tell when you look at people's shots that they're having fun. Like you can always tell that they're like they're having fun doing it. It's like wow.
Yeah, you could tell like who. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say in this collab that I have put together for Wookiee Wednesday,
Yes.
we're splitting off and doing a little Mando Monday next week. If anyone wants to get in on that, feel free to holler at me or Thor. But I was just like, yeah, same rules as Wookiee Wednesday. Just have fucking Mando in your shot. I don't care. A Mandalorian, doesn't matter which one, just a Mandalorian. That's the only rule. Like we are not here to stress anybody out. And then I'm like, oh, and have fun. and I'm just like, please have fun.
Yeah,
You
And I
can
mean
tell
that.
when
I'm not just saying
somebody
that. Like I hope everybody enjoys it like I do.
you can tell when somebody's having fun, and you can tell when somebody rushes just to put something together because they want to post. One of the
right.
best collabs that I am in, and it's Thor is in it as well, and so is Green, is the Daredevil collab that Jedi
Yeah,
Jack has
man,
put
Jedi
together.
Jacks.
This man gives us not only amazing themes. So all of us have been doing this for quite some time already. So
Hmm.
like I wouldn't say we're professionals, but we know more or less how to maneuver around a phone and camera, especially Green with his phone.
Yeah,
And he gives us these amazing challenges every single week that actually pushes the limits of what we normally do for ourselves
I love
that's
that.
right.
and makes us think outside the box. But at the same time, it's not only allowing us to think outside the box, it's allowing us to have more fun because it's
Yep.
allowing us to do
Hell
things
yeah.
that we weren't able to do before and see our figures in a different perspective.
Yeah. I would have to say that, man, the ability to do these collabs has been, it's kind of been a godsend because you're not just floating out there in a vacuum. You
Right.
get to kind of it's a team up. You get to team up with people. You get to get, like, different insight, different perspectives. Because Blitz, you say it all the time. Three people can have, I don't know, a Captain America figure, and they're all three gonna look different. Their shots,
Yeah.
like, which is
We could
beautiful.
all do we could all do a portrait shot of the same figure and the
Yeah.
same pose, and each photo will still look different. There
Yeah,
would
Yep.
not be no similarity besides
Oh,
the fact that you think the pose is close enough.
right.
yep,
It's a little
I love that.
splash of that
Mm-hmm.
person's personality.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That's it, man. I love that. Like,
Gotcha.
it's man, it's such a it's a good feeling, man. It's a really good feeling. So let me ask you this: you do most of your hunting as you go out. Do you dive into any pre-order stuff, or do you
Yeah,
kind of?
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
what all do you look to pre-order when you're or is it something you're like, dang, I know I'm not gonna find that in the store, or is it
So that's what it's become.
okay?
The first pre-order I did, I don't remember who it was, but it was through Pulse, and I didn't know any, like, I was talking to my buddy Matt, and I was just like, how does this work? Like,
Hmm.
does it charge my card now or
Hmm.
later? Or, and
Mm-hmm.
he was just like, when it ships, it charges like anything else, Anthony. It's like, okay, all right, cool. I know everything. So I did it, and then I kind of got like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start pre-ordering the shit out of stuff. So then I just started doing it all the time, and I'm like, what I came to figure out is that for me, I don't know, it's more exciting, like, to come. It's less exciting to come home to a package for me than it is to go find it somewhere. That's what it boils down
Yeah.
to. So,
Yeah.
um, but it is, for some things it does. I do, I'll try to do a pre-order for literally anything that I am worried about not getting.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kiadi Mundi, for example, pre-order.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we
I'm
all
like,
had to
I'm
do
not,
that.
but for how much I personally love the Acolyte, I know that, in the critical Star Wars fan base, a lot of people didn't like it, and that group of people is a figure buying collective. So
Mm-hmm.
for Acolyte figures, I'm not worried about them. So,
No, you get them. Yeah,
so
you're
I'm like,
fine. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
find them, I'll
Yeah.
find them as I go. But certain things, like they just re-released Dr. Afra Redbox,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and I missed out on her the first time, and I'm
Same
like,
here.
it's a re-release, I'm probably not gonna miss out, but for $25, like, I'm snagging her now, because
Mm-hmm.
since she came out, that figure has been, I mean, no less than 40-50 bucks.
Yep.
If you're buying it on eBay or off of Amazon, even, I think she was up at 60 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So I'm like, even if there's no chance of me missing it, I'm still not going to risk it for her at that price, because why would I? So, but yeah, for
Exactly.
the most part, the pre-orders are, or like, I do have Palpatine's throne that they're doing the re-release of,
I got that order
Yes.
pre-order
Yep.
too.
Same.
in March, I think, of next
Mm-hmm.
year. And I
Yep.
did that
Yep.
because I'm like, I have that Palpatine, I don't need him, but the throne, like,
You
that's
need
what
it.
I want.
I needs that.
So this
It
is the
has to
third
be
time they're doing it, then, right?
Yes, I think so.
Mhm.
I think you're right.
I have the thoughts.
Yeah.
Strike me down.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know if it still is because they've hit the re-release pre-order, but like
Mhm.
that thing was so freaking expensive.
It
If you were
was.
trying to, it was.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever saw it for under $100, like on
Yeah.
eBay or
It wasn't. It was
after
outrageous.
shipping at least. But I'm just like, come on, people! Like, why do you do this?
Yeah.
That's the when it's not fun for people anymore and they sell their collection, they're pissed off. They're like, all right, oh man, but no, it still is a joy, and there are certain ones that maybe I won't get, maybe I won't ever find them,
Mhm.
and because there is a certain price I'm not going to pay.
I
At the end
got you.
of the day, I have a price I will not pay, and really for any one figure, even if it's one I really want, I struggle if it's more than $50. I'm just like,
I don't blame
no,
you.
this is
It-
bullshit.
I
Like,
think because now we're finding out that there are re-releases. We're finding out that
yeah,
figures end up going to places like Ross or like Ollie's or
Mhm.
whatever. So if you can be patient, you're gonna
exactly.
get it.
That's what it boils
I ain't
down
got no
to. Do
patience.
you
I
need
ain't
it
got no
now,
patience.
or can you be patient? And there are some that are definitely
Mhm.
need nows, but for me, there's a lot that are. I know I'll get it. I'll get it when I get it.
Yep.
I was at a convention here earlier this year, and I saw Bad Batch Rex, and I did not have a Rex period. And
Okay.
that Bad Batch,
Nice.
they Hasbro messed up when they released him, where they had it where people could order like they didn't have a limit on their order, and people
That's
were
right.
ordering
Mhm.
like 30 of them,
Yep.
and so it ran out, and like they didn't. That was it. And Rex is a very popular character,
Yep.
so that one too. I mean, I paid $50 for him. I was like, I can justify this.
Right. Right.
This is okay.
No, it is very interesting how they do that. But if you can manage to figure out how their their method is, then you can be patient in a lot of
Mhm.
cases. Because I wanted I had the trench coat version of Dr. Afra, but I never got that first one.
Yep,
And like you
that was
said,
me too.
I didn't see her cheaper than $60, but I waited. They just released her, so got her on Big
Yeah,
Bath for the regular price.
and I
So
was like, God, I'm glad I didn't. I did at Comic Con in Grand Rapids last year, Michigan. I did get BT and 000, and
Nice.
the guy had. I saw BT first, and he was marked at $80.
oh wow.
And I was like, man, that's quite a
Mm.
bit. And he's like, well, how much do you want to pay? And I was like, ideally, like I would give you 40. And
Right.
he was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's cool. We can do that.
Nice.
And I was like,
Oh yeah.
okay. And I was like, yeah, too bad you don't have 000. And he's like, oh, no, I do. He's like, it's actually in a box with protector and everything. And I was like, oh, no shit. How much you selling that one for? And he was like, no, it was 120.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I'll stick with just BT. He was like, well, how much would you pay for both of them? I'm like, are we really playing this game? I was like, I'll go 80. And he was like, all right. And
Nice.
so
Oh shit.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
so
Nice.
still more than what I would pay today. But
Mhm.
see,
But you,
for me, that story alone, turns out the guy was best friends with my middle school art teacher. So
what?
Oh
fun fact.
wow.
So I'm just like, small world.
Yeah,
And
that's
so that's a
crazy.
great story, much better than if it arrived at my doorstep.
Right. Oh. No, it's funny, man. It's like, and I think that's why I've just learned my lesson from Hasbro to like if it's unless it's something I gotta have, I'm like you. I won't go overboard with the price. I'll just try and wait it out, and I've gotten lucky
But
so far waiting it out for the most part.
Yeah.
I showed you guys how to shop on eBay, but Hasbro
Sure
has
did.
an eBay store as well, and they don't promote it, but they put a lot of Black Series figures on their eBay store for dirt cheap.
That's
Yeah.
right. You're right.
I
Nice.
get a lot. I get almost, I would say 85% of the figures that I get
Hmm.
are on eBay, and the guys know this because I negotiate with everybody
You
to get
do.
a better
Mhm.
price.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've taken that advice and got a couple
Mhm.
gems.
Same.
Yeah, but they have Hasbro does have an eBay store, and they do not promote it at all. And
No,
what
they
they do is they take the surplus of the figures that they have, way too much of, and they throw it on eBay for
Yep.
cheap.
Nice. I'll check it out.
I got the Jabba the Hutt. Remember when it re-released? It was what, $70 or $80 for it?
Yes, it was.
It was.
They had it on Hasbro Post for 50 when he came back in stock.
Mm-hmm.
I got it off of eBay for 35 from the Hasbro store.
That's how you do it. But that's what I love about this community. Again, is that we're looking out for each other. There's a way for us to help each other. A way for us to,
Or we're just enabling, like the guys did on what was it, Wednesday, and I ordered Mezco Dr. Doom, and it's here, but I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, you did.
no. And no problem, man. No problem at all, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, my child is having some problems I have to go attend to.
Oh, no problem, brother.
Oh, perfectly fine.
Like, look, you got basically
Yeah, he's
a newborn.
11 months old tomorrow.
Yes,
so.
you got a little.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy
Yes,
it.
but thank you guys so much for having me.
Bro.
This has been a blast chatting with you guys.
Look,
and
absolutely.
apologies
Anytime
for
you
making it
wanna
all
come
Star
on.
Wars.
Anytime you want to come on, more than welcome. Let us know, and the floor is yours, brother. Just let us know,
Yeah,
man. We
well, no,
appreciate
it's been really good, and hopefully, another time I can join again.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Anytime, brother. We
Anytime.
appreciate
Let us
you.
know.
Awesome.
And
Good night,
enjoy those early stages of childhood.
Thank
Trust
you.
me, it goes by really, really fast.
It is my favorite job yet.
Yes.
There you go.
Thanks,
Peace
guys.
out, Ant. Appreciate
Have a
Later,
good
it,
man.
brother.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a good night, man.
Thank you, man.
See ya.
Stay blessed, Jay.
Nah, man.
That was
Actually, going
yeah.
to what Blitz just said about the enabling. Yeah, you fuckers enabled me into that Dick Tracy. So, by the
I didn't
way,
get him yet.
look,
So-
man. On that, man, this Mezco is a trip. I ended up getting them at cost, and I'm glad I took that. The people, I hate the scalpers, man. They're already 100. They're already like 160 or something more than.
I believe it.
They're
I believe it.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like,
Does he just come in the 2-pack, right?
Yeah,
Or is he individual?
it's 2-pack, and
No,
it,
he's a
it
2-pack.
should be $199. That's what it's
Yeah.
supposed to be, and I got it for, it was like $215 because plus shipping.
Prune Face
Where'd
was
you get
the
it?
individual release.
I got it off of this
Whatever.
toy ship. It was a website, or like a toy ship is the name of the thing. Because I started doing searches for it. It's like I couldn't find. Of course, it was waitlist Mezco, and Big Bad was sold out. Entertainment Earth was sold out. So I just kept looking. And I was like, okay, toy ship. They're pretty big. So I just went on and pulled the trigger, because no sooner than I pulled the trigger, like that next day, I started looking on eBay and stuff, and I was like, oh, these guys they're tripping now. They're going crazy. They're getting stupid with this shit. So they're sad, man, because it's like they figure out that people started talking about something, and then scalpers instantly start like jacking it up. They start doing what they do. So it's one of those things where it's they tarnish the game by doing that, man, because they know people want that. They know people are gonna get it. Just make it available. Don't do that stuff.
I'll probably still hold off on Dick Tracy for now, because there's
Yeah.
another figure I want to try to grab, and it's kind of costly, so I'm going to try to negotiate.
Nice.
But eventually I'll get Dick Tracy.
Well, here's the thing. If you are considering it, because I've already started looking at like Prune Face and the blank that just came out, I think I'm going to go ahead and get it. Considering maybe in a week or so, just snagging them, just because I feel like, because these jackasses are skyrocketing the Dick Tracy, those guys are going to fall in line behind it, because they're going to be like, oh, you didn't get, because they're low now. Like they're regular price for the most part. But I feel like once people get wind of Tracy shit, then they're gonna go back and start bumping them up because it's just it's ridiculous, man. But it's weird because take for example, I think it was I forget who it was in one of the chats, but I think one of the best Mezco releases this year was the Batman. Now you can get them with $60 on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like what the hell?
And I paid a lot for him in the aftermarket. I paid like 180.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
No.
Yeah.
He wasn't 180. I paid 120 for him.
120, but that's how much he was, right. And
Yeah.
that's how much
So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. But
Which one was the one that I it was the Gaslight Batman. I paid like 180 for in the aftermarket. But I had to have him. That was a must.
Oh yeah.
Because you already had the Joker. So you
Batman.
You had to round it out, man.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. So I ended up because I got the Tracy. What's his name had the diner. I guess it's the bar. I guess it's the bar. Extreme Set had the bar on sale this weekend. So I got that because I think that'll be a cool setup for that. Because I was like, let me not miss the bar, and then all of a sudden people are gonna go, oh, that's a good dial for a trick. Then that shit will go up in price. So like, you see, it's navigating this shit is hilarious. I did get this guy finally Blitz from Amazon. He showed up.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Like,
I still haven't opened him yet. Damn, we lost AB.
Yeah, AB.
Oh, AB.
But he did show up from Amazon.
I haven't even opened him yet. Like I just haven't had a chance. I know what shot I want to recreate. I want to recreate the scene of him and Beerus when they were up in the sky and they were just talking. I want to do that, but I just haven't had the time where I can set up and do everything. It's been crazy. Like I haven't even opened Dr. Doom. I've had him in front of me almost all day today, and I just haven't had a chance to open. Look, he's still in the fucking plastic, taped up.
Well, let us know when you do so we can get that collab going.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm trying to see, and if Jedi, if you're watching, I am not rushing you at all. Jedi is making my diorama, and he has one wall left to do.
Oh, that'll be
perfect. If he tells me it's coming in a week, I'm gonna wait the week because I know exactly what photo I want to do with that dial.
We're waiting on you.
But look, see,
when you get the
still
dial
in the plastic.
There you go. We'll wait on you. You tell us when you get the dial because you're right. I wouldn't shoot him until you get that dial because that's gonna be.
Yo, bro, I ordered some shit to go with the dial.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's gonna be magnificent. But yeah, I've literally had Doom in front of me all day, and I just haven't had a chance to open it. I wanted to do other stuff, and I did the other stuff, but
you're gonna enjoy him. He's an amazing figure. Like he's really good.
I will tell you this though. So the figures that I actually want to negotiate about is actually the Mezco Fantastic Four.
Ooh, nice.
If I got Doom, you might as well go in with a bang.
Have you been looking? Because I've seen people that have had them for really decent prices.
Yeah, I found decent, but like I said, there's always room to negotiate.
Very true.
So if I find somebody who's had it posted for a while and it's a decent price, I'll shoot them a message. Hey, how about $30 less? Let's start there. $30, $40 less. Let's negotiate.
I kind of screwed up because I have the thing, but I ended up buying him separately because I wanted him separately, and I was able to get him last year at the end of the year because he ended up being in my top 10. And I got him for like $80 because he was by himself. But now I got to actually go back and get the other three, and it's going to be tough because I don't really see too many people selling the other three like separately. So it kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to. I don't know because I do actually want to get the rest of them. But.
I'm about to see how much they're going for now. I have a seller on the side, but I want to see like what they go for.
If you've seen separate ones, let me know because I need to get the rest of them separate.
Somebody got them separate. It's crazy. All three just came up separate. The ones that you need first hand, but
Oh shit.
It's crazy.
What? Oh
Yep.
shit.
So Mr. Fantastic by himself, they want
Oh
Yep.
shit.
So Mr. Fantastic by himself, they want 125. Invisible Woman, they want 70.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She comes back to the hilt too.
She is.
Yeah.
Let me see if they have.
That-
Yep, Johnny Storm, 117.
That's a good price, man. Everybody,
Mhm.
I mean, even Reed is a good price because if you figure there were 400 for the whole, like 120 is not bad for.
Look, somebody has it right now for 320, but they want like $30 shipping.
Oh
I
shit.
bet you I could probably talk them down.
Get them down, talk them down, get it, do it.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Do
But
it.
that's one of the ones that I'm like, if I have Doom, I gotta
Yeah,
have the
you do have
Fantastic
to
Four.
have.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, but the Marvel Legends is just not gonna cut it for the
Oh,
Mezco Doom.
That's exactly why I haven't taken a picture with them because I have the thing and I got Doom, but I can't mix. I can't mix them because it's
Mhm.
wow. The Marvel Legends is cutting it, bro.
But I'm gonna look into it. I am more than likely going to get them.
Nice.
Mhm.
More than likely. We'll see
I
what
mean,
happens.
when I get off, I'm definitely gonna get this. I'll probably get the Sue and the Johnny, and then I'll see when I.
Let me see if I can forward you the link for at least her.
Yeah, dude, her and Johnny are a good price. If he's 117, that's a great price too. And get him. That's a good price. Hmm. Oh man. I'm most excited about the stashes I'm getting from the fellas, man. Got some shit coming from Blitz, got some shit coming from Green. That shit's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be fun, bro. You guys came through, man. That's gonna really,
Always care package number 2.
man. Care
Yeah.
packages are excellent, man. I'm gonna have some fun with the shots, man. I'm ready. I'm excited. I already got
So, Blitz.
Yo,
Apparently, Ollie's is getting in WWE Ultimates.
what?
They're getting Rob Van Dam and
I need it. I need it.
Brock Lesnar.
I have Brock Lesnar already.
I
Rob
need
Van
it.
Dam, I need it.
I need it.
Okay.
Hands
Yeah,
down. Let me know.
I think they're like, I saw them for like 15. I think
That's
people were
what
finding.
Realm
Yes.
said. Realm said there's 14.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm definitely snagging both of those, and I'll snag you one too.
There you
Yes,
go.
appreciate
Because
you, bro.
I'm going back tomorrow. Because hopefully they've been restocking on Mondays. I've noticed.
Oh,
So maybe they'll have some new stock in tomorrow. So I'm going by after work. So I'll let you know.
You know what's crazy? I actually counted my ultimates earlier because I had like 5 come this week, and I've never
Uh-huh.
counted them. I mean, well, not recently. I got fucking 50 Ultimate Edition fucking
wow.
WWE figures, bro. That's
Hell
a
yeah.
lot. Like you can see that. Like
Holy shit, I guess you do. Shit.
Damn.
It's deep. That's
not even
what's up.
scratching the surface. It won't let me forward it to you, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna forward you the seller.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll find them. Yeah, well let me know too, because I'm still army building, Green, if you see any crazy
Oh
shit.
yeah. I got you.
Still army building shit. But now yeah, man. AB, you got anything coming? He said,
Why you took so long to think about it, huh? You got something planned that we don't know about, AB?
No, I got nothing. Just besides Makima and Deadpool, but I haven't bought anything, bro. I gotta be good.
yeah. Oh,
Don't you hate when you have to behave?
which Deadpool
Yeah.
did you get?
The anniversary one, the 80th, I think.
Oh, nice. You're
Oh,
gonna
Oh, the
dope.
comic one? The
Yeah.
comic 80th anniversary?
Mhm.
The box art on that shit is dope. That's the one I have. It's really dope.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
is dope.
Oh, yeah.
And you did get Makima. I gotta try and find. I think I forgot to look this weekend. I went by the homies at Franklin. I forgot to look for her. So I gotta get her.
She looks dope.
Yeah, she is.
Mhm.
I gotta get it because I know he's gonna have her at cost, which is awesome.
Uh,
You good, AB?
Man, I got slapped by the six saber of the law, man. I'm fucking sick.
Oh damn, dude.
I've been sick since Thursday, bro. Just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but you've been running, man. You've been
Mhm.
when you're traveling like that. It's you've
Oh
been
yeah, it's much worse.
it's
I hate it.
kind of it's a
I'm
part of
sick too, man. I'm sick of dealing with fucking idiots at work.
it. Oh man, because you're covering, man. That's one of
Yeah,
the
bro.
things that makes it. It's like, damn it, And
14
these
hours,
weren't
bro. That's
people like
crazy.
this. Is not like people's planned vacations. It's just you're covering because
Yeah.
it's not.
Mhm.
Damn, see, that's a whole nother.
And it's like nobody's fucking helping.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I mean I don't care because I'm the type of person that I feel like I'm more efficient if I do
Yeah.
it by myself.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So like it don't bother me, but it's like offer. Like an offer would be great to be like, hey, do you need me to help you with anything? So I can just be like, nah, fuck out of here, get out my face. That makes me feel better as an individual. But nah, it'll be better this week. I have like 2 meetings I gotta go into tomorrow, and I
Right.
have uh so as HR, my job is always to find different things to make a person's job easier, but also
Mhm.
Mhm.
something that'll save us money and make the company more efficient. So I have a crazy idea and I'm gonna wing it tomorrow in my second meeting and hopefully they go for it.
There you go.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah, dude. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Do what you do. Yeah, KJ Smith, X-Wing, Prime Artist. Thanks for joining tonight, brother.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes. Thank
no,
you.
Yo.
Thank you. Thank you.
X-Wing, sorry I couldn't come on the show last week. I had a crazy fucking 2 days.
damn.
Mom, I had to take mom to the hospital. Then another
That's
thing
right.
happened. It was
Right.
crazy.
Mhm.
No. But he was fun. He had a blast. He had a
Yeah, I
blast.
saw the replay.
Yeah, he had a blast. But yeah, man, let's get these brothers some rest, man, so they can rest up, man. They rest themselves
I
out.
got another double tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's get you some rest, man. When do you go back? When you go back out, AB?
Tomorrow, I gotta go to work tomorrow
Oh
at
shit! Are
Oh
you?
man.
6
Is it?
a.m.
How long are you out this time?
Well, luckily, because we just got back from 29 Palms, so I'm here
Right.
for the week for home. So I'll be working
Okay.
here on base. But
Okay.
next 3 weeks, bro, that's when I'm out to North Dakota.
That's right.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah. Get you some rest, man, before you go
Mhm.
do
For
that.
sure,
Yo,
man.
make sure you buy some toys out there. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you.
Oh shit! Trust me, believe. I heard the prices up there are cheaper than out here, so I was
I
like,
bet you they are.
Mhm.
I can imagine they are. I can. It and
AB gonna come back. He gonna be like, so what am I opening tonight, fellas?
All right.
I got a
Rolling
separate
in the
suitcase of
deep.
toys.
and, and not only are they cheaper there, but you're gonna probably you're gonna be able to walk right into a place and just it's right there,
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
right there. A
Yo,
mix
it's
of clicks.
crazy. It be
What's
like
up,
that.
man? A mix of clicks. What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
No
Thank
worries, bro. That's why we do
Yo.
YouTube. Replays are always available, man.
Mhm.
But
you.
we appreciate you still joining us.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let Blitz break down what we got coming and talk about the community, man. The community's growing, man. I'm loving the new YouTube shows that are dropping, man. The shit is dope.
Yeah, man. So first, I am not the committee. I know he had to head out because he has a younger baby, but awesome guest. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
We
Mhm.
had a
Yeah.
blast. Go check out his page. He has amazing photos. Real good dude. Loves the hobby, and it's great to talk to as well. So
absolutely.
definitely look him up. Next Sunday for Lazy Boys, we have JPS underscore
You
Fig Pix 11. I'm sorry.
yes.
He'll be joining us. He's also been excited. He's been reaching out to me here and there about the show still.
Yeah,
And
Hell
I
yeah.
just love when people are excited to be on with us. We're just excited to have you guys on. Like
absolutely.
Mhm.
it's an absolute blessing to see the person behind the art. Um, and thank you everybody in the chat for joining us as well. We had a
Mhm.
blast. You guys always make the shows fun with your comments and your questions and your chats. So thank you for that. Um, so for shows, because I'm drawing a blank because I'm tired, but it's okay. So we're
Okay.
gonna wing it. If I miss anything, I am sorry. Um, so today's Sunday. So early on today, I'm not sure if they were on because I didn't see
Yeah,
Matt
they
sent
were
the
on.
link.
They
They
were
were
on.
okay.
Mhm.
Latin Legions, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Definitely go check them out. They do a lot of fun stuff there. Crazy topics sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a little off, but it'd be hilarious. Then on Monday nights, check out Ravens Across the Sands, also on YouTube now. It's Raven's Eye Studios Across the Toy Multiverse and Vico Sand, which he just changed his thing back to like Vico Sandwich or something.
Yeah, Vico sandwiches.
Um, definitely check him out. All three amazing individuals, especially Raven's Eye. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for people. Real stand up dude. Definitely check them all out. They're all amazing individuals. Tuesday nights, Behind the Plastic with Not a Bird, Not a Plane Toy Photography, Sequential Plastic, and TMNT underscore 1987. That's Zach, Sully, and Jay. Great individuals, upright dudes, amazing people. Check their show out. Great stuff. Wednesday nights, we'll be back for the Pick Bar, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. And we'll be doing what we do best, and that's appreciate the community, because the community grows every single day. Every single day, there's a new account, and every single day, we get to show people why this hobby is amazing.
Yes.
But if anybody wants to host a Pick Bar, grab a few buddies, be on, let us know. You guys can host the show. And who knows, you guys might find an account that we've never seen before, because IG is a piece of shit and they don't allow us to see every single toy account that's out there. So you guys might be putting somebody out there that we've never seen before, and we'll be able to follow, and also, never know from there.
That's right.
And then also Wednesday nights, you got Skeleton's Tomb also on YouTube. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Skeleton Collectibles, Dead Man 1, and Winzilla. There's a lot of stuff, man. I just thought about it. Like, I haven't stopped talking. Thursday nights, also, you have A Worthy Addiction, which is Toy Addict 17 and Unworthy Collective. Definitely check out those fellas. They do a lot of great stuff as well. I've been on with them a few times, and I just love kicking back and just hearing the stuff that they say, especially, their ball stick trademark. If you love Star Wars, damn, I wish I am Not a Committee was here so he could hear about Echo Base Radio.
That's right.
Excuse me, with Green Geek 88 and his boy. They just put up a new episode. Definitely check them out. I love listening to it when I'm on my way to work. It's great. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars lore. I love what they talk about. Definitely check them out. That is also on YouTube, Echo Base Radio. Do it now.
It is your destiny.
Subscribe now. I think I touched on everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But
Vico says he does say, though, he says he went back because it's funny messing up Ravens Across the Stand. So it's Vico Sands 26. He's no more
Ravens across the sandwich.
Yeah.
Ravens Across the Sandwich.
I love it. Nah.
Sandwich wasn't working.
Remember when your balls are lit, use ball stick. I got you.
Yes.
But I believe I touched on everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an action-packed toy community extravaganza when it comes to shows.
Yes.
Never a dull moment. Some real good, genuine people out there from what I've mentioned. And also, if you guys want to be a guest on Lazy Boyz, let us know. Reach out to us. We'll schedule you guys. And I got some stuff that I'm trying to plan in the background. I have not told the fellas yet. But it's a work in progress. I'm actually going to talk. I actually got a third meeting tomorrow because the person that's coming to my job tomorrow is actually helping me with what I want to try to do.
Oh, that's dope.
So,
Nice.
What's up?
When I get more answers, then I'll let the fellas know the idea, and then we'll go from there. I just don't want to have it and then be like, damn, we can't do it. So we'll see. I'm gonna make a big move tomorrow for Pig Bar people. Pig Bar and Lazy Boyz gonna make a big move tomorrow.
There we go.
And we do it all for you guys because I don't give a shit about anything else but having fun.
Yeah.
And talking to amazing people in the community and seeing everybody's photos and just having a good time, man. Go broke, but go broke happy.
That's what's up. Oh, and thanks, Alberto, for joining us, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yo.
And by the way, I had to remove a troll. We had a troll earlier.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
saw
yeah.
that Baji Hassim.
Yeah, we had a troll, so I had to get that troll. So
Barboso.
we're doing fun stuff when we get a troll. We're having fun when we get a troll. Like, you only
It's
get that
crazy.
when you're having fun.
But other than that, I ain't got nothing. I had a blast.
Yes.
Our guest was
Yes,
amazing.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. I look forward to next weekend hanging with you fellas again, and also our guest. Like I said, he's really excited.
Oh, that's dope.
Hell yeah.
And when a person is excited, that means the world to me because it's like everything that'll come out of a person genuinely it will come out and it'll be fun.
Yes.
No script here, fellas. We just have fun.
You know how we do.
My cat is like,
Oh man. And I just want to shoot. I want to shoot an apology to I am not a committee because we got kind of caught. He was a great guest, so we got caught into his lore and him telling us about his Star Wars love that we didn't even get a chance to drop into his page and show you some of his shots. So we do apologize for that. So next time he comes on, we got to showcase because going forward, we'd love to show people's page and show their shots and stuff like that. Giving that extra love, man. Nothing against that. Always give extra love when you can.
but with that being said, everybody, it's time to stop being lazy.
Yeah.
You're the
Heard
man.
him.
We out of
Human
here.
annoyance.
Yeah.
Love you.
Good night, fellas. AB, feel better, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Get some
Love
rest,
y'all.
man.
Later.
Peace.